Marvin Harrison Jr., the number 4 overall pick, has arrived with high expectations to revitalize the Cardinals offense immediately. Harrison has already made a significant impact. He quickly emerged as the team's top receiving threat, even before his official NFL debut. With the departure of DeAndre Hopkins last summer, quarterback Kyler Murray needed a reliable target. Harrison isn't the only receiver making waves. Teammates like Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, and Zay Jones have also been making plays early in camp at State Farm Stadium. The hype surrounding Harrison has been strong ever since he was chosen as the Cardinals' top pick. Kyler Murray, now in his 6th season and under the new leadership of head coach Jonathan Gannon and general manager Monty Ossenfort, is looking to turn things around. After a roller coaster of ups and downs, ranging from being the number 1 overall pick to enduring several losing seasons, Murray is aiming for a fresh start. With him being healthy, there's optimism for both Murray and the Cardinals, despite the challenges he's faced, including questions about his leadership and a massive $230.5 million contract. Murray is determined to prove himself this season. The first non-quarterback selected in the draft often turns out to be the top player in the class. For the 2024 NFL Draft, that was definitely the case with Ohio State wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr., who was widely expected to be the top pick after quarterback. As the son of a former NFL star, Harrison entered the league with high expectations. With nearly 2,500 yards and 28 touchdown receptions over the past 2 years. So far, he's lived up to that hype. Head coach Jonathan Gannon has praised Harrison for his consistency, ball skills, and route running, and is pleased with his progress. While the Cardinals have a solid starting running back in James Conner and a promising rookie backup in Trey Benson, their other skill positions are lacking. With tight end Zach Ertz no longer on the roster, the team will still need one of the other receivers to step up. Until then, defenses might opt to double team Harrison. The combination of Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. promises to be a dynamic duo for the Cardinals, reminiscent of the successful duo Murray had with DeAndre Hopkins, but with hopes for a long and thriving partnership. It didn't take long for everyone on the field to recognize Marvin Harrison Jr.'s talent. After a gradual introduction during the first week of OTAs, he was fully integrated by the second week, and it became clear that he was exactly what his teammates expected. Jonathan Gannon observed that Harrison's transition to the NFL has been pretty seamless in the few weeks they've worked together. For Harrison, the game feels familiar, reminiscent of what he's been playing since childhood. He does acknowledge a significant talent gap, particularly with cornerbacks who are super technical and possess great technique, knowing how to counter offensive strategies in ways that most college corners aren't yet able to do. Gannon believes Harrison will need to adjust to the faster pace and adapt to facing cornerbacks with varying techniques and body types each week. The biggest adjustment for Harrison from his time at Ohio State has been learning a new playbook, something he hasn't had to do in 3 years. Receiver Michael Wilson noted that Harrison hasn't made any notable mistakes with the playbook and appears pretty seasoned as well. Harrison understands the importance of adapting his routine from the longer NFL season. He took some time off before training camp, but will continue to work hard to maintain the level that got him to this point. Arizona Cardinals fans were eager to watch Marvin Harrison Jr. in action during the team's first preseason game against the Saints. He only played 3 snaps, 2 of which were running plays, and on the third, quarterback Desmond Ridder was sacked. One of the main highlights of the preseason game was quarterback Clayton Tune, with coach Jonathan Gannon ruling Kyler Murray out for all preseason action. The battle for quarterback 2 between Tune and Desmond Ridder has intensified. Although Ridder has more NFL experience from his time with the Falcons, Tune took most of the offensive snaps against New Orleans and made the most of his opportunity, completing 15 of 24 passes for 163 yards and throwing 1 touchdown. In the backfield, running back Michael Carter also had a strong showing with 7 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. Harrison was the only starter to take the field. Fans in attendance and viewers at home were notably disappointed. They were expecting to see more playing time from Marvin Harrison Jr., but in reality, most teams don't play their starters much in the preseason, especially not in the first game. Arizona had a plan in place and stuck to it. In his first season as head coach, Gannon preferred to use joint practices as a more effective learning tool for his top players rather than relying on preseason games. As for Harrison Jr., his first joint practice took place in Indianapolis, the city where his father built a Hall of Fame career. Before the joint practice with the Colts, Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon emphasized that he wanted to see his offense focus on execution, technique, and doing what they're coached to do. Notably, Gannon spent most of the workout observing his offense, while the defense and the Colts offense practiced on an adjacent field. With the battle for the backup quarterback spot heating up and Kyler Murray not participating in preseason games, games. These joint practices with the Colts are as close Murray will get to game preparation. The results were mixed for Murray and the offense. For much of the practice, Murray looked sharp and showed strong chemistry with wide receivers Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, and Greg Dortch. However, during the final stretch of 11-on-11 drills with the starters facing off, there were too many mistakes for Gannon's liking. A couple of penalties, a fumbled snap, and a sack. The final play for the second-team offense ended with a Clayton Tune interception. Zay Jones has only been with the Cardinals for a few months, but he's already making an impact. Murray was already familiar with Jones, as both of their journeys included time in Texas. Jones even joined Murray and his teammates on their trip to UCLA to get in some extra reps. From post-practice recovery and route running to analyzing film and sharing insights from his previous games, Jones brings valuable experience to the wide receiver room. Entering his 8th season in the league, Jones is now one of the older players in the group, offering wisdom that can benefit the young receiving core. Training camp is all about competition, and while Jones was likely to make the 53-man roster and play in the season opener against his former team, he's still battling for snap. The addition of Marvin Harrison Jr. and the anticipated rise of Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch have made the competition tougher for Jones. However, Jones is the kind of veteran who can contribute to a team that struggled with wide receiver production for most of last season. The Cardinals have a lot to be excited about this season, and having a healthy Murray back and the excitement surrounding Marvin Harrison Jr. will carry over to a successful season. Marvin Harrison Jr. is one of the most gifted players to ever come through the Ohio State Buckeyes football program, and as he prepares to start his NFL career with the Cardinals, the buzz around him is substantial. While Ohio State fans will undoubtedly miss watching him on the field this season, they are eager to see him shine in the NFL with Arizona. Harrison is ready to live up to the hype. The Cardinals have shown this offseason and in camp that this revamped offense will be able to compete and be ready for the NFL season. The preseason hype around Marvin Harrison Jr. has been relatively low though, mainly because he only played one drive in the preseason. However, the rookie has already made a significant impression on his teammates during training camp and practices. Cornerback Sean Murphy Bunting expressed his high expectations for Harrison, stating the sky's the limit for his potential in the NFL. Harrison's only preseason appearance came in the opener against the Saints, where he played just 3 snaps and wasn't targeted. In contrast, Malik Neighbors, the second receiver selected in the 2024 NFL Draft, logged 42 offensive snaps in the first 2 preseason games for the New York Giants. Despite limited preseason action, the Cardinals have been showcasing Harrison's practice highlights, where he's already looking like a game changer. Harrison took an unconventional path to the NFL, skipping pre-draft workouts and opting out of media availability at the scouting combine. None of this hurts his draft stock, as Harrison was already considered one of the top prospects and was selected number 4 overall by the Cardinals. The anticipation will only grow once Harrison steps onto the field in week 1 when the Cardinals face the Bills. He's expected to be Kyler Murray's top target in a receiving core that includes rising talents like Michael Wilson and Trey McBride. If you made it this far and you haven't already, make sure you go down below and you subscribe and you turn on notifications on so you never miss a Cardinals video this season or any video at all. Comment down below what you're looking forward to most for next season. Leave a like as well. I greatly do appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.